Hello, my name is Mohammed Jassim Al-Mazmi.
Hello, my name is Adil Mohammed.
Hello, my name is Khalid Awad.
And we are the United Arab Emirates government officials.
And we were sent out to Italy to investigate the differences between UAE and Italy in various aspects.
To see if we could conduct a business in this country.
Now I would like to share with you general information about the country. Italy is located in southern Europe, and Rome is the capital of Italy. Rome is the largest city with a population of 2,656,000 people living in it, with the city being known as the Eternal City. There is a famous saying, all roads lead to Rome.
Expanding a business to another country is a stage of evolution and development for the company and for the country at first. However, it may not be as easy as everyone thinks it seems, because there are a lot of things that need to be examined and analyzed before the actual process of opening a business, especially if the countries are as different as Italy and the United Arab Emirates. As you can tell, there's a lot of differences which we'll talk about now.
Many things such as the political, economic, social system of the country are completely different, which makes the process even harder. The purpose of the video is to compare these two countries and come to the conclusion if it's profitable for UAE to conduct business in Italy.
Italy is parliamentary republic. The president of the republic is also the head of the state, and he represents national unity. The parliament, consisting of two chambers, elects him once in 7 years in joint session. At the end of the period, he can be re-elected. He appoints the prime minister and 5 judges of the constitutional court. He rules over the Supreme Law Council. He can also put a veto on any bill presented and send it back to the government for further inspection. Any Italian born citizen who's over 50 years old can be president. Executive power is represented by the government, which is presided by the prime minister. He is also called president of the Council of Ministers. Being chosen by the president, he is also allowed to choose his ministers himself. A parliament majority must support the government. All the ministers share the responsibilities for the implementation of the country's laws and may propose new bills projects to the parliament. Parliament exercises the legislative power in Italy. It consists of 2 houses, the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate of the Republic. All citizens who are older than 18 elect all 630 members of the Chamber of Deputies, and the candidate age should be at least 25. Citizens who are more than 25 years old choose the Senate, and the members must be at least 40 years old. The number of representatives of Senate is 315. Both houses are elected for 5 years, and all bills must pass through them before turning into laws. The megastructure does not depend on either government or parliament. It is independent and supervised by Supreme Law Council. Another Supreme Council is the Constitutional Court, which consists of 15 judges chosen for 9 years. They decide if the law does not contradict the constitutions. According to CPI, the corruption in Italy is growing, where it scored 42 in 2012, and it increased to 44 in 2015, and ranked 61 out of 68 countries worldwide, which is a negative point in political system in Italy.
The Italian economy is very diverse. In the north, industrial sector with the domination of private companies prevails. On contrary to that, the south is less developed, with preponderance of agriculture. So there's 2 different economy sectors. The unemployment rate is higher in the south. The production of high quality consumer goods is what mainly supports the economy. The companies that provide the goods are usually middle-sized and family-owned. The underground economy is also developed in Italy. It accounts for 17% of the gross domestic products. The majority of such activities in agriculture, construction, and service sector. Italy has one of the largest economies in the European Union. However, its high public debt and structural obstacles to development have made it vulnerable to scanning by financial markets. The increase in public debt has been stable since 2007 and reached 135% of gross domestic products in 2015. It was partially due to the rise in investors' concern and broader of Eurozone crisis in 2013. The government still has to deal with pressure from investors and European partners to continue its efforts to solve Italian continual impediments to growth. For instance, the inefficiencies in labor market and taxes. In 2014, the unemployment rate raised to 12.7% for the entire population, and youth unemployment counted for 40%. The situation began to improve in 2015 with marginal growth and reduction in unemployment.
So, in conclusion, Italy has a high employment rate and diverse economy, being one of the largest economies in Europe. But it has been improving since 2015, which is a positive point.
The Italian judiciary system is based on the civil law. The function of a judge, as well as of that of a public prosecutor, is exercised by a member of the judiciary. The administrative function is carried out by a Ministry of Justice. The judicial function can be broken down into the following areas. First, ordinary civil and criminal. Second, administrative. Third, accounting, and military and taxation. In terms of intellectual property and copyrights in Italy, Italy ratified most of the international treaties on copyrights, ensuring equality protection to both Italian and foreign workers within the Italian territories, and recognizing the fundamental principles of the copyrights law and mutual rights protection. Among other, Italy ratified the following.
1. Revised Berne Convention for the Protection of Literary and Artistic Works. Number 2. Universal Copyright Convention. Number 3. Rome Convention for the Protection of Performers, Producer of Phonograms and Broadcasting Organization. Number 4. World Trade Organization Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights. Number 5. World Intellectual Property Organization Copyright Treaty. And lastly, number 6. WIPO Performance and Phonograms Treaty. In conclusion, I would like to say the Italian law encourage foreign business and attract them by providing them with protection to their products and businesses. As we can notice, it considered as a positive point.
Okay. And we come now to talk about the differences in culture. Probably the most important thing that influenced the differences in culture between Italy and UAE is the religion. The official religion in UAE is Islam. The Islam faith promotes generosity, respect, and modesty. An individual honor is the most important thing, and their indirect style of communication accommodates the culture desire to save face. There is hardly any direct no in business decisions. People greet each other using first and last names, and status is very important. The most oldest person in the group is greeted the first. The religion of Italy is mainly Catholicism. A great emphasis is placed on individuality, masculinity, avoidance of certainty. Foreign business persons should always come in time to the meetings, although the Italians may be late. There is visible hierarchy in the company. It is common for people to talk at the same time at the meetings. Handshakes are common for both sexes. Poverty dimensions. Italy has scored in most dimensions except for two, which are power distance and uncertainty avoidance.
The official language in Italy is Italian. English is spoken as well for the business people. Education in Italy is compulsory starting from the age of 6. There are 5 stages of education: kindergarten, primary school, lower secondary school, upper secondary school, and university. The social structure of the society is very diverse in Italy. It is characterized in great difference in wealth between the south and the north. The typical classes of an industry country can all be found in Italy. The difference between the poor and the rich is noticeable. There is also a great number of new migrants coming from poorer countries. Arabic is the official language in the UAE. English is widely spoken as well because it is the language of the business and education. Educational system of the UAE at primary and secondary levels is universal. There is a number of private and public universities. UAE citizens have right for free education in the public ones. Emirati society is divided into two groups, the nationals and the foreigners. Citizens are also divided into 4 main groups: the ruling sheikh families, the merchant class, and the new middle class, the low income groups. This division is very clear and the differences between the classes are obvious. In short, the differences in culture are very strong. That is why it is recommended to give them special attention and analysis while doing business in Italy.
And now we come to talk about the government intervention. Being a member of the European Union, Italy has not only its own regulations regarding business, but it also has to follow the European Union regulations, which offers anti-dumping regulations. These regulations make sure that the imported goods will not harm the economy and the regulations of the European Union. A common external tariff is applicable for all the countries. This means that the majority of products can be imported with no import license and free of any quantitative restrictions. Some products, for instance, agricultural products and products that have health, safety, and environmental implications, need to follow some restrictions and/or regulations. In this case, same additional license and permissions may be needed. Additionally, Italy also follows custom duties of the European Union, which are based on the international harmonized system of product classifications. Duty rates are different depending on the product, but usually it ranges from 5% up to 8% and are charged on the cost insurance freight when the goods enter the country. The European Commission Directorate General for Trade. However, the majority of raw materials enter the country duty-free and agricultural products are charged with higher rates. Foreign investors can receive the same subsidies as local business persons. They are also offered the same cash grants. For instance, the lack of gas resources force Italian governments to give subsidies to these particular spheres.
The main reason for intervention of government in Italy markets is to protect the economy of the country and interest of the national producers. The lack of some resources, for instance, gas and oil, makes it crucial for government to put much effort in developing this sphere. Another reason of intervention is the great difference between the south and the north of the country. The north is more developed and the level of the life and unemployment is very different. Therefore, government has to take measures to improve the situation. As a conclusion, taking in consideration government interventions into economy is in Italy is can be assumed that the foreign investor can benefit from the investing in business in this country.
نقرأ.
Now we will talk about regional integration. The first and the simplest level of regional economic integration is free trade zone. The main free trade zone in Italy is located in the town of Trieste in the northern part of the country. Through this town, custom duties and taxes are put off for 180 days from the time that the goods leave the free trade zone to enter another European Union country. Goods can be transferred free from any customs restraints. Goods can get exemption from any duties on products coming from a third country. Moreover, the free trade zone makes it possible for a company for any nationality to hire the employees of the same nationality according to the labor laws of the country. The next level of integration is custom union. Italy is a member of the European Union. Customs union, this means that the same common external tariffs are used for the members of the union as well as for the third parties. A common trade regime is created. The common market goes as a member of the European Union. Italy is the member of the European Economic Community. Services move freely within the members. This expands the scale economies and the comparative advantage. However, national stands and regulation still apply for the goods and services. The next stage is economic union. It is characterized by common currency, harmonized tax rates, common monetary and fiscal policy, free trade, and common external trade policy. The European Union may be considered to be imperfect economic union. The European Economic Community is also an example of economic union. The last stage of integration is a political union. There is a central political authority that coordinates political, economic, social, and foreign policies of its members. An example of this is the European Union, which aims towards political unification.
Being a member of the European Union, Italy receives a number of benefits from it. One of the biggest benefits from regional economic integration is that the goods can freely move across the borders of members of a particular organization. So, in short, the goods can move freely from any country within the European Union to another easily and freely. As a result, the country's trade gains from it. The country may easily export the products which it does not need and at the same time allows for import of the goods that are in lack. Another benefit is called economies of scales. Open market allows companies to produce large quantities of the products and then sell it to the bigger markets. This also helps companies because it motivates them to produce goods more quickly and improve the quality to survive the competition. So, in conclusion, Italian membership in the European Union makes the country a very profitable in terms of foreign investments.
To sum up, the decision in conducting a business in another country is not an easy one. There is a lot of things to consider before taking any action. In case of Italy, making a business in this country will not be difficult to do. Country's government is willing to attract foreign investors, offering a number of benefits. That's why a number of benefits is offered to foreign companies willing to open a business in Italy. Regional authorities also encourage foreign involvement, especially in the south, where the region is less industrialized in comparison to the north. Additionally, foreign investors can count on the same subsidies and as a native business people. Moreover, doing a business in Italy offers a company access to Eurozone. Being a member of the European Union, Italy can offer a great benefits to the businessmen and can help expand the business towards other countries of the European Union. Another opportunity is diverse economy. Despite financial crisis and other problems, which economy Italy still has one of the strongest and most diverse economy in Europe. However, one thing should be considered if the UAE will choose to expand its business to Italy. This is the difference in cultures. Two countries have completely opposite history, traditions, religion, and culture. That is why it is crucial to take into consideration these things while conducting a business in Italy.
Finally, we are done and we come to the decision.
And based on our research and decision, we will advise UAE government to go ahead and start establishing a business in Italy.
And I would like to thank you all for giving us the opportunity to go out and learn much about different cultures and business and economies within the European Union and Italy.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you.